Hello friends, welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. Today is Wednesday, April 26, 2023. The sun is in Taurus and the moon starts the day in Cancer, moves on into Leo late tonight. So I want to start here with the card that sits on the side of the page since this is our tarot discussion. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Five of Pentacles, and it is here because it corresponds in astrology with the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit here in the land of Taurus. See? So Taurus is an earth sign. Pentacles in Tarot represent earth element symbolism. And earth element symbolism is about your physical resources. That starts with your body and whatever it is physically that you can collect in terms of your material support. And it also has to do with what you're willing to give, what kind of work you're willing to do, investment you're willing to make, what kind of expenditure you're willing to make, to create that sense of security and stability in your life. And so we come to the Five of Pentacles and we see, this beautiful stained glass window, right? On the side of this building, we can presume to perhaps be a church or some other official entity, right? And then it's a snowy scene. There are these two people sort of dressed in rags. One of them is barefoot, the other one on crutches, and they're trudging through the snow outside of this secure place. So this really speaks to a sense of going without, right? You're going without perhaps some physical needs, since Pentacles are about the stuff and things we use to feel supported and uplifted in our lives. So first, I always want to say when we come around to the Five of Pentacles, if you are going without something that you need in your life, like food, electricity, running water, shoes on your feet, okay? Do not hesitate to find somebody who can help you, because somebody will help you out there. There are programs that exist. There are charitable organizations that exist. And a lot of us just have somebody that we know in our families or friend group that we can reach out to and say, hey, look, I'm going without this basic need and I really need to get it covered so that I can, proceed with my life. Because when you go without the things that you actually need, then you set yourself back. You set back your health. You shorten your lifespan. You make things, make it more difficult for yourself also to catch back up to where you need to be to make progress, right? So reach out for help if you need it, okay? If it's a church, that's what that looks like, then ask the church, okay? And but then there's also a connotation here that people might want to go without what the church has to offer, right? Like they may not be interested in going inside that church because of, what they have to give, in terms of promises, in terms of faith or loyalty. If the cost of getting your needs met is too high in one place, go check in another place, okay? But definitely make sure you get your needs met. And if you are a person who has all of your needs met, you're not going without anything you need, check yourself. Are you really going without everything you need or anything you need? Are you not going without anything you need? Make sure you have all the stuff you need. And then look to your family and friends as people you support and who support you, those people who rely on you, and make sure that they all have what they need too, okay? Be a resource. It doesn't mean you have to pay everybody's bills all the time, but, if you've got a niece or a nephew or, perhaps an employee out there who's going without something that they need, give them a little hand, all right? If you are in a well-resourced place to do that, or if you can't give them a hand, try to connect them with a resource that can. Okay, with all that said, I'm going to turn this over. We got the Knight of Water. This is my Forhasha deck. This is the one with the various kinds of mythical fairy creatures in it. And in water or cups in this tarot, the mythical creatures of water are mermaids. Isn't that a lovely, I say mermaids, maybe merpeople. Isn't that a lovely picture? So here sits this water element creature under a full moon, singing romantically, playing a stringed instrument, and just sort of sitting by while the beautiful swans float around and fly by. I really like this image. So the Knight of Cups is a royalty character in Tarot. The Knight is, you know, not the most youthful character, but not a queen or a king. So this is a person who has gained some mastery of their element, which is water, right? Emotions, intuitions, how things feel, has gained, and connection also, relationships is part of that. They have gained some mastery, but they're not all the way there. And they might tend to rush into things a little bit, as far as feeling the way they feel about things, or as far as having relationships or making connections with people goes. They might be a little quick to rush in. Okay, so often there is a romantic offer on the table or coming up when we see the Knight of Water. This can also just be a friend. This is a person who's very much in tune with how they feel, and they are also very willing to share how they feel with the rest of the world. And you know, again, with Knights, as with Pages, what they lack in, they don't really lack experience at this point, but what they lack in mastery, they still make up for in enthusiasm. So where do we see this on the page? I'm going to point directly to these moon things, I'm pretty sure, because the moon is pretty active over the next couple of days. I want to make sure though. So yeah, because the moon is a crescent moon today, but tomorrow it will be a first quarter moon. So first of all, let's talk about that transition. Between the new moon and the first quarter moon, that fully dark moon and this half-lit moon is about a week to 8 days. And that's a time when we spend thinking about what we want for ourselves, setting intentions. From setting intentions, we then create some goals. And then from creating some goals, hopefully we spell out some plans for ourselves so that when it's time to take action, we can just follow the plan and get it done. And so that's what happens between the new moon and the first quarter moon. Then when we hit the first quarter moon, we get out of that contemplative action. We get out of that sort of considering what we're going to do, creating plans, that sort of intellectual pursuit of creating the life that we would choose for ourselves. And we shift gears into taking action, right? We take those plans and we just check off we just go down the list and we check off the actionable items as we take care of them. And because we do that, then a week from now, when we have that full moon in Scorpio, we will have some accomplishments under our belt that we can look back and celebrate. That Scorpio full moon is going to be a very powerful emotional one where things might get revealed to us. Okay, so be doing your best between now and then, so the things that are revealed can perhaps work really well for us. This moon in Leo is a time when we want to let our light shine, and I say that's in terms of like showing our love and showing our loyalty, bringing the gift of our presence and our attention and our appreciation for other people, and you know, just really sharing ourselves with other people, what we have to give, what we have to share, and the appreciation that we have for those that we rely on as well. Okay, and today the moon does a few different things. Moon is going to be square to Jupiter, so this is a very social vibe. We feel kind of open and friendly and even generous. We want to share with people we like and trust about what's on our minds, but also, you know, we want to maybe share dinner with them, or, you know, share some of our resources or some of our best ideas with them. Moon square to Jupiter under these circumstances just says, square is a challenge. It says, you know, definitely socialize, definitely share, definitely even indulge a little, but don't overindulge and don't overcommit. Don't try to give more or promise more than you can actually deliver. And then the moon, a couple hours later, culminates trine to Neptune, and this is where the moon goes void of course. So of course, the void of course, I'm just going to remind you, is the time that it takes for the moon, after it makes this final aspect in the sign of Cancer. The void of course is the period of time it takes for it to move on into Leo. And tonight that is 7 hours. Let's start with the trine to Neptune though. Moon is in Cancer, Neptune is in Pisces. Cancer and Pisces are water signs. This is very much about our emotions, our intuitions, things that, you know, how things feel to us, and, you know, how we're managing them emotionally and intuitively. And, you know, Neptune in Pisces is out here trying to show you the expanse of all things being possible. And it's breaking down barriers. It's sort of washing away our little castles made of sand and decompartmentalizing things for us. It's been doing this for years. So you see all these sort of mashups and mix-ups and combinations that you would not have imagined before. And that's what Neptune in Pisces is encouraging us to do. So this trine aspect makes it really very easy for us in our private lives and our personal sense of how we feel and how we intuit to be open to a wide range of possibilities in terms of, you know, in terms of what we can sense. We have an increased sensitivity, okay? And in terms of what we can sort of dream about or idealize for ourselves. That trine aspect says, go ahead and dream big, dream about what is absolutely ideal for you. And this trine aspect might actually help you draw that into your life, okay? The void, of course, that period of time right there takes 7 hours. And then at 1:30 tomorrow morning, the moon will move on into Leo. And again, this is when we want to show our appreciation, show our love, show our loyalty, bring our gifts, be generous with the people that, be generous, okay, right? Be generous with people in general, but especially be generous with the people that we rely on or who rely on us for support in the world. So that is the Knight of Water on the page today, right? This is about being in touch with how things feel for you, so that when you go to share it with other people, you are coming from a very sincere place. All right, and let's put this together with the Five of Pentacles. Sure that light isn't shining there. Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So sometimes we are going without something that we need, or we simply feel like we've been left out in the cold. We feel these wounds of exclusion perhaps, or, you know, just feel like we don't fit into, you know, fit into any sort of situation or paradigm where we can get the support that we need, right? And that can be a really desolate frame of mind to be in. And if you're in that frame of mind, it can be hard to imagine feeling better. It can be hard to imagine who is available to help you, right? So this is a time to really get in tune with, you know, you want to get grounded. You want to get in tune with your own sense of emotional feeling, your own sense of intuitive feeling, and maybe even think at this time about somebody that you know who is very in touch with their emotions and intuitions, who does want to be of help and of service. A knight wants to be of help and of service, right? This is a person who is perhaps destined to rule, right? From the space of a queen or a king. So they have a lot of people who rely on them to show up for them, right? So I guess the guidance is one of the guidances that I see here is that if you're going without, there's somebody out there that you know is very in touch with their feelings, that is very intuitively called to sort of shower the people you love with love, right? Intuitively called to be generous from the heart, right? So we want to be generous, right, Leo, from the heart, moon. So we want to seek out that person, and perhaps maybe that person won't necessarily be able to help you, but they also, you know, they're going to take it to heart, and they are going to seek out a resource to help you find what you need. Okay, so that's one of the guidances that comes, and the other one is, you know, this can be a desolate place to be coming from. It can help us feel, it can make us feel really ungrounded, and we get trapped in our heads and our own ideas about how bad things are and how nobody wants to help us and how everything is miserable and nothing will ever get better, right? Once you get in that frame of mind, it's hard to get back in touch with your intuitive, your intuitive faculty. It's hard to get in touch with the part of you that is imaginative, right? Neptune and Pisces, the part of you that isn't necessarily thinking about these walls or structures that keep us from the things that we want or need and desire. And because we can't get in touch with that intuitive faculty, then we kind of do this downward spiral of going without. And the more we go without, the more we go without, right? So this also comes across as guidance to try to exit that frame of mind, right? Guidance to sit with yourself, to be really honest with yourself about how you're feeling and how you got to be where you are, to be really honest with yourself about the fact that you do need assistance, and to allow your intuition, once you have gotten grounded, to guide you toward the assistance that you need, because it's always available, okay? There's enough of everything for everybody, okay? So if there's something that you're going without, it's not because it's not available. It's really just because it hasn't, it hasn't come to you, right? Perhaps it's because you haven't asked for it, or you haven't made the effort to get it, or perhaps it was in your grasp and somehow, the universe is funny and things just fall out of your grasp and you feel like you're going to go without forever. But you're not going to go without forever. You're going to go without until you find yourself capable to ask for the help that you need, or find yourself capable to intuit the way forward. I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate y'all showing up here and listening to me ramble about tarot and astrology. And I will see you all in the next video.